Chapter 9.3, Measures of Central Tendency. Now the first central tendency is the mean. So to find the mean, all you have to do is add up all the numbers that's in your data and divide by number of data. There's 16 numbers in here, that's why I divide by 16. So the mean is 106.1. Now, if you're giving a frequency table, how do you find the mean? The way you find the mean will be taking each of the category or the class, multiply the frequency, plus 98 times 2, plus 100 times 1, plus 110 plus 4 times 4, plus 115 times 3, plus 138 times 2. That's all goes on the top, the numerator, divide by 16, because total frequency is 16. In that case, you get 106.1. Now, the second of the central tendency is the median. So how do you find the median? Median literally means the middle number. So now the most important thing is you have to put your data in order from the smallest number to the biggest number. Unlike the mean, it doesn't have to do that. But to be safe, if you have given any data, always put them in order. So this way you don't have to worry about it. So the middle number, now the middle position happened to be shared by these two numbers. So whatever the number that was shared the middle position, both of these are the middle numbers. Okay, then you add it up, divide by 2. Now, so again, here's another example. There are 5 numbers here. Okay, about the jars of peanut butter. So the first thing you do is put it in order because original data is not in order. So we go from the smallest to the largest. And the middle number is the median. This one, unlike this one, the middle number is shared by 2 numbers. This one, middle number is just right in the middle. So that's your median. So you don't have to do anything. That's just the median. Okay. Now, if you're giving a table like this, then what you need to do is you need to convert the frequency table back out into the original data. So this one says you have 4 85s. So there it is. And then 2 98s, so 298. So the way you do this is rewrite this frequency table into the original data, find the middle numbers, in this case, again, shared by 2 numbers, you add it up, divide by 2. Last but not least is the mode. Mode means the most frequent. So if you look at this example from 9.1, blue, green, red, all these colors. Which color showed up most frequent? It turned out to be blue and red. Both showed up the most frequent. They tie. So in that case, you'll have 2 modes. Okay, so mode, you can have more than 1 modes. Just remember that. All right, same thing here. Which one showed up the most? 85 showed up 4 times, and 110 showed up 4 times. So again, the modes are 85 and 110. Now, Chapter 9.4, measure of variation. Now that means unlike mean, median, mode, measuring the center of the data, measure of variation is to measuring how spread out your data is. Okay, the first one is the range. Now range is easy. You just take the biggest number minus the smallest number. So remember the peanut butter example. So the most expensive $3.99, the cheapest was $3.29. You subtract them, the range is 70 cents. Now the standard deviation, and this is the one that we use the most, okay? Now the standard deviation, here are the steps, okay? So let me show you an example how this works. So the peanut butter example, here it is. The first jar is 3.29, second jar, third jar. So we list out all the prices here. There were 5 jars of peanut butters. Now to find the mean, okay, to find the average, the mean is to add them all up and divide by 5. So 3.682 is the mean. That's this column right here. Now the next one is you take each data value minus the mean. So for example, jar 1 will be 329 minus 3.682. That's how I get this number. Jar 2 will be 3.59 minus 3.682. That's how I get this number. So you take all these numbers minus the average, the mean, you get these numbers. Then take whatever this number is, you square them. Okay, square, not times 2, square. Okay, then once you square all of them, you add them all up, you get this number, 0.27328. Now to find something called a variance, variance is another way of measuring how spread out the data is, and the symbol is S squared. You take this number that you find, divide by 5 minus 1. Why is it 5? Because there were 5 data points. So always remember to minus 1 because this is a sample variance. You get this number, 0.06832. To find a sample standard deviation, you take the variance, you take a square root of it. So the standard deviation is about 26 cents. Last but not least, quartiles and box plots. Okay, so the 5 number summaries are minimal, Q1, medium, Q3, maximal. Sometimes medium is referred as Q2. So here's an example. Okay, let me show you how to example. These are the steps. All right, but let me show you how to walk you through one. Now remember this example. Okay, we did back in example 9.8. So the first, once again, you put the data in order first, from the smallest number all the way to the largest number. Then you find your medium. You know how to find medium? You get the middle. Okay, right here. So medium, another name for medium is Q2, means second quarter, 2 quarters, okay? Second quartile. Now, second quartile, because it's what? 2 quarter means what? 50%. At this point, you have 50% data below you, which is true, right? 50-50. That's what medium means. It cut the data in half. Now, concentrate on the lower half. Then let's find the medium again. In this lower half, the middle number is right here. So find the medium again, in other words. So think of this problem now become 2 problems. The lower half and the upper half. So the medium is 110. Now the lower half, the medium is 85 plus 98. You add those two out, divide by 2, is 91.5. That's Q1 or first quartile. And the third quartile is it's between these 2 numbers. Well, if you add them out, divide by 2, it's still 115. So your 5 number summaries are minimal 85, Q1 91.5, Q2 110. Q3 115 and maximum 138. So you take these 5 specific numbers, also known as 5 number summaries, you put them onto a graph. There it is. This is the median, minimal. That's the maximal. You find Q1, Q2, Q3 on the number line, and then you draw a box to it. So this is called a box plot. Here's another example, okay? So if you look at example 9.22, okay, which is right here, we use the 5 number summary from 9.21. Then if you look at the box plot, minimum is right here, 85, right? Okay, then you have the Q1 92, okay, and then 100.5, okay, 115, Q3, and maximum right here, 138. So minimum, Q1, Q2, Q3 maximal. So there, each one is 1 quarter. So 1 quarter of data is in here, another quarter of data is in here, next quarter is here, and the last quarter is in here. Okay. So I know this look like a lot longer, but there's only the same amount of data is between this value to that value. And that's end of our chapter 9.